Hey, good morning, everybody. Oh, sorry about that. Retake. Hey, good morning, everybody. Sarasota TM coming to you from inside my good friend's house. It's helping me out. And let me tell you, without the help, I would be in a world of hurt. I couldn't talk yesterday because let me see if I can go back to the beginning and tell you the experience I have had with this eye operation. Let me put this mic on. I'm still in pain, but nowhere near. Should have been more prepared. Hang on. I want to thank my good friend JJ for making this shirt for me. Trying to be in uniform for you guys. I cannot shower. Obviously, I cannot get my face wet or anything. I'm returning to the doctor this morning at 9 to have this removed, I believe, and the pressure checked. So the first eye operation I got, I guess it was a year ago. I underwent full anesthesia and I woke up with no pain. I didn't feel anything. All I had was this bloody red eye for a long time. I really had no discomfort whatsoever. And I don't remember what it was called, but it was something where they stick a little tiny microscopic straw in your eye, and it helps keep the fluid going around the eye that keeps the pressure of your eye low. So apparently this new doctor told me that that's something that he would do only on someone very old that wouldn't scar over. But because I'm younger and healthier, my eye scarred over that procedure and it didn't work. So that's why the doctor had me pressing my eye and all these things that ended up just not working. But even though the operation failed, I never experienced any kind of discomfort or anything except, like I said, for the very bloody red eye. It was very, very red for a while. So moving forward, I move over here to the GOA, the Gulf of America, and I transfer my Medicare insurance. I get a PPO, and here I go. I roll into a new ophthalmologist. I don't need any kind of referral with my new plan, my disadvantage plan from the primary. I just roll in. I just pick up what I want. They said, yeah, we take your plan. And it's a big organization. And I get this new doctor. And I like the way he talks. He's a nice, young guy and everything. And he says, yeah, your pressure is high. And I wouldn't have recommended that procedure. I would recommend a tube shunt. And I said, well, you guys are both ophthalmologists. Why does one? He says, can't explain it. Different doctors, have their own thing. Well, we know that to be true, right? The third leading cause of death, going to a doctor. So when he recommended that and he put me on additional eye drops, and now I'm taking more drops than ever before, 4 different bottles, 4 times in the evening, and in the morning I only do a couple, and it's just really annoying. And he recommended the surgery. Oh, you know what I could use? The best cup of coffee I ever had in my life. All I got to do is pour it. It's ready. That's one thing I can have. Let me get that. I had a long night, so I'm a little lethargic. But I think once I get this coffee in me, if you'll excuse me 1 second. Oh yes. Now let's talk about the most important thing in the world, and that's the best cup of coffee. Oh, I got that High House brew this morning, and it's got a little McDonald's in it. That's right. This is a triple mix, and somebody out there named it. I forgot. It was called the Mac House or something like that. Got my heavy whipping cream. It's definitely slurpable. Got good temperature on it. I don't have the paper cup, but there's something about a ceramic cup. Good old diner cup, It's not the color, it's not the shape of a diner cup, but I'm gonna tell you something. That's the best cup of coffee I've ever had in my life, especially since I didn't have any yesterday till after the surgery. That is good coffee, folks. There's nothing better. I'm a happy man right now. You guys are witnessing it, my first cup. So back to the story. And it's a good story. He recommended the tube shunt, and this was a couple of months ago before I went out to Las Vegas, or I would say Las Vegas, but it was Laughlin. And it wasn't really Laughlin, it was Bullhead City, out west. I did go to Vegas though, on the first trip. Anyway. Oh, I need more coffee. It's truly delicious. So, let me show you guys this one thing. I'll get back to the story in a minute. This is also another hat that JJ made for me. But, you know, the tan hat I have that says Sarasota Tim, huge, with the little YouTube icon on the side. We were experimenting, and if I tell you, you're going to notice it. You're going to always notice it when I wear the hat. But the Sarasota Tim kind of goes down a little bit. So we added the YouTube icon there, and it looks all right. You know, I like it. I definitely like it a lot. So thank JJ for the 2 shirts and the 2 hats he made me. Now back to the story. Uh-oh, my eye's falling off. Look. Look. Look at that. You're just looking at you. You guys are supposed to keep an eye out for me. Oh, gosh. This story's good. Wait till you hear it, if I ever get back to it. So he says, I recommend the tube shunt. You're like, yeah, we know that part. I go out, but I said, but I'm going out west. I'm a YouTuber. And you know, I don't want to go through what I went through a year ago of waiting for the eye to heal, and then you're going to want me to come back in every few days, every week or two to check the pressure and, you know, all these follow-up visits. Can I postpone it? He says, yeah, you can keep taking the drops, and, you know, if the pressure stays down while you're gone, you don't have your eye explode. Take a chance. And maybe never need it if the drops work. He added some more drops. And without knowing, because I went out west and didn't go to a doctor to check it, I felt fine, and I took my drops religiously like I was supposed to. And then when I came back, I tell you guys all the time, my eye is always so red, it looked like a stoner. And I called him up, I said, there's something wrong. I think maybe my pressure is high. Maybe these drops are not, you know, working with me, because my eye is really red, and it's kind of embarrassing. So I go in, and the first thing he tells me, that's because the drops are working. I said, you mean I gotta have red eyes, you know, the rest of my life? Come on. So we started discussing the tube shunt surgery again a few weeks ago, and I agreed to go ahead and move forward with it. So the time came, and this thing has got, look, I think I could go in this morning. Tape's coming off. So the time came, and I had to be there at 7 o'clock in the morning. I needed a ride. I needed help. And by the grace of God, through your prayers and a wonderful person to help me out, I could have never have dealt with this the last 24 hours by myself. Never. And so I get the surgery done. I go in, and get this. The anesthesiologist comes in. He's a gregarious gentleman about my age, and we started talking. Told him I was a YouTuber. I think he's going to check out the channel, and I'm going to be under a slight sedation. I am not going to be under. Remember the first one? completely out. Next thing I know, I woke up, it's over, I felt nothing. Because I'm awake, I'm not talking about where you're in twilight, where you can't even talk, you're just sort of like aware. I'm totally talking to everyone, and they're talking, and they got music playing, and they're talking about the Emmys, and everything's going on, and I'm just sitting there, I'm like, remember me? And so I just started talking with them, and we even talked about guns, I was completely, but you know what he did? First thing he did, he says, I'm gonna have to numb your eye by, I don't know, cutting off this nerve or shutting this nerve down. So he literally, I guess they gave me a little extra juice because I did feel a little loopy or sort of sleepy, like I was ready to go to the best sleep I ever had in my life. So next thing you know, I feel him pressing. He's shooting a needle in my eye to numb it so that he can do the procedure. And because I'm awake, I hear him ask the girl, the nurse, what time do we start? How long has it been? And she said something like 8:23, and it's been about 30 minutes. And I'm talking to him. I said, well, how many of these you got to do today? He only does surgeries on Monday. He said, 21. I said, 21? He said, well, no, they're not all tube shunts and stuff. They're going to be like some cataracts, which take 5 minutes. Oh, my eye's hurting now. I think maybe the caffeine. But 21 procedures he's going to do, he did yesterday. So we're talking, and I'm asking him, I'm saying, now, where is this thing? Is it microscopic? I'd have a microscope or he goes, well, it's very small. You don't need a microscope. And he's putting it above my eyelid on the upper part of my left eye. And I don't believe the first one required any cutting or anything. He had to put stitches in my eye. And the longest part of this procedure was him suturing my eye. And I said, I'm getting stitches? He said, yes. I said, well, of course they're going to dissolve, right? I don't got to come in, you're going to pull them out of there. He said, yes, they'll dissolve. And so, I don't know, 45 minutes or an hour goes by the time I leave there. And again, I'm wide awake. And the guy that did the anesthesia, he's so good that he literally kind of tapered me off to where pretty much when it was done, I was kind of like fine. I'm sure I still had some in me, but you know what I mean? I wasn't, they take you out in a wheelchair, they do all that. And of course, my good friend was there to pick me up and bring me back and everything, and so grateful for that. They were going to give me a ride, but they want to see me the next day to take this off and to check the pressure. They don't give you a ride for the next day. And I didn't want to trouble my friend, but I thought, well, if you don't mind, because the next day I need a ride too. And I thought, well, they're probably saying that because I had anesthesia the day before and they're just trying to cover their butts and don't want me to drive again. I can't drive. I can't see this thing on my eye. I mean, you cannot, I don't know how people do it with one eye, folks. It would be very, very difficult. Anyway, back to the story. When the surgery is over, he tapered me off and I felt pretty sober, pretty good. And I had no pain. Well, little did I know, I had more of that juice in me than I thought, because it's a painkiller juice, not just, well, it didn't put me to sleep, so it was probably just painkiller. And I come home, and first thing I wanted to do was get a cup of coffee at McDonald's. So I went straight to McDonald's. I got a senior coffee and a breakfast sandwich, because I had to fast. And there's nothing to do, can't bathe, don't go get dirt in. They gave me these, I got these right here. I gotta wear these for 2 weeks. I had these before. They'll fit better without the patch on today. They got a little thing on the side and everything. And hey, I wonder how that looks with my black hat. I'll be kind of cool if I don't have that patch on. I'll look, nobody will know, let's see. Just imagine no patch, huh? I'll still be able to make videos. So I come home. This is the best part of the story. Not for me though. Look, I got the flapper going. I got to hurry up and get in there at 9 o'clock. The pain medicine started wearing off. You ever had an eyelash in your eye? You ever get something in your eye and you got it? You can't close your eye. You got to get it out immediately. You're dying. How about 10 eyelashes in your eye? Folks, I was told not to bend over. Don't go to the gym for 2 weeks. Don't strain. Don't even make a strenuous bowel movement. Don't put pressure to your head that pops your eye. Well, I failed miserably because I did a few things and bent over, and I don't know if it exasperated it or if it was just the medicine was wearing off. But I wanted to check in with you guys yesterday, but there was no way. Literally was worried I would have to go to emergency. Literally like, well, if I need to have him help me if something's wrong, how does he's not going to go back to that surgical center. It's way on the other side of town. I go to an emergency. They don't know anything about eyes. You know, what's he going to do? Come in the middle? I said, God, please get me through the night. So I get no pain medicine. He does not warn me that when this wears off, that I'm going to be miserable with the stitches scratching the inside of my eyelid. And the pressure was both. It was something in my eye, like an eyelash, or 2 or 10, and it was pressure. I kept rubbing my temple right here like I had a headache, like a blood pressure, or my eye had pressure. It was awful. All day, because this happened in the morning, all day long I had to deal with this. And I was instructed, this paperwork that they gave me of what to expect. And fortunately, everything I was going through, if I can say fortunately, was warned would happen. And so I felt at ease that it wasn't something went wrong. And said, you know what they told me? They didn't give me anything. Take some Tylenol. So I didn't think I had any. So I borrowed some from somebody. They gave me 4 or 5. And Tylenol are 500. But my primary got me on this new Tylenol. You can look for it yourself at the pharmacy. It's Tylenol Arthritis. It's $6.50. Because I used to take 800 ibuprofen, but the primary warns that if you get older, your liver doesn't process the ibuprofen as well, so you should switch to Tylenol. So I do, and I did. And, ibuprofen's always worked good for me to kill pain, but I didn't want to take any, so I take these, and then I discover I have my Tylenol. I'd packed a bag. I have them. I didn't notice till this morning. And I'm a little better. I got to say, I see that it is healing, I suppose, because the pain level is way lower than I had yesterday. But if I knew, and I'm going to tell that guy this morning, if I knew what I would go through, I don't know if I'd do it. I don't know if I'd do it. And I would just take the drops. This is nothing like that first surgery. This was so much pain yesterday. I'm still in pain, and I can't do anything. I just can't wait for him to take this patch off. I hope everything's going to be okay when he looks at it. I don't know how he's going to look in my eye and check the pressure. They get that scope up real close to you. I don't know how he's going to hold my eye open. It's another thing. When you do that surgery, they put something on you like a vice grip, that holds your eye open. They put a rag over the paper thing, the operating paper, over your face. All they see is this little cutout where they do their work. And the nurse kept just dropping these drops in there, like lubrication. But anyway, yeah, stitches. And he was doing it forever. And I kept seeing this ultra beam light go across my eye. I guess he just, was looking at each stitch. Hope he did a good job. Oh, he's a good seamstress. But I am concerned about it because it really hurt. I mean, yesterday, I hate to cry about it, but man, I was miserable. I said, I don't know how I'm going to sleep tonight. So I did take some sleep aid last night. They did help me. And like right now, if I keep my eyes closed, I'm going to end the video because I can't take it anymore. If I just keep my eyes closed and keep my eyes steady, I'm a little more comfortable. But when my eye is open, the right eye, and I have to look, and I'm just kind of looking about, the other eye is moving, and it's scratching that, and the pressure builds, and it feels scratchy, and it's irritating. So I got a lot of questions for that man this morning, and I'm a little bit annoyed, and I'm not going to go off on him, but I'm going to say, why didn't you warn me that I'm going to be in a lot of pain? I mean, I was concerned about having to go to the dang emergency last night. That's how bad it was, folks. I was just sitting here moaning, holding my eye, didn't know what to do, rubbing my head. Oh, so anyway, that's it. I wanted to check in with you guys and let you see the patch before I go to the doctor this morning. I'll have some more coffee here. Sorry I didn't get showered and washed the sleep off. Sorry you got to look at me like this. But if the doctor wants to do a tube shunt on your eye, now you know that it can definitely crush you.